really pleased to be here. Really glad to get it over the line and to join this massive football club.
Tell us how this move happened for you.
It almost happened last year, but for whatever reasons it didn't quite pan out. But now that the summer's fully started and we've been able to get it done nice and early, I can't wait to have a full pre-season and get going.
What was it about Sheffield Wednesday that made you realise this was the club for you and going forward?
Obviously, I've known how big the club is, how big the fan base is, and what else pushed it is the ambitions of the new manager and how active he is, how ambitious he is, and how his thought process works.
Jamal Lowe, the tactical stand-in for the injured Leon Bailey. Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. We are here to bring beauty to the world and make a difference in this planet. That's what Heart Farms are about. This is a top quote written by Charlie Hayden, and this speaks directly to the Jamaican representative in a Jamal Lowe. Welcome to Premier 7, everyone. I am your host, Rayon Nelson, coming to you today with a video of importance surrounding the replacement of Leon Bailey in a Jamal Lowe. And I just want to say to you that this video came from the poll that I have done that speaks directly to the question that states, are you satisfied seeing Jamal Lowe being the replacement for Leon Bailey? I received 113 votes. 90% says yes, 10% says no. And I just want to give a big shout out to the person who made a comment. The person in the comment section by the name of Kim O'Blake 2154. Apologies if I pronounce your name incorrectly. This person mentioned it should be Cephas instead, but it is what it is. Just have to support the boys. Them said we. One Jamaica. And I have to say, massive respect for the comment. I do appreciate it. I have to say thank you for the support, people. Thank you for your continuous impact on Premier 7. So the video today will take into consideration the news that was being posted on Jamal Lowe. Premier 7 will look on his profile by way of his current and his past performances. And finally, was it wise for Steve McLaren and his team, Jamal Lowe, as a replacement for Leon Bailey? People, so far so good. What do you think about this? Do you think it is the best move for Jamal Lowe to even come to Jamaica right now, have an impact in the Nations League that is going to be played on the 6th of September, and that could even make it be harder for Leon Bailey to get back that spot easily? But long and behold, it is one big Jamaica, one big bad Jamaica. We want for our players to come on board, enjoy themselves, but of course, represent the nation in the rightful and proper way. So let's jump into the news article that was being published. Jamaica Jamal Lowe replaces Leon Bailey in Reggae Boys squad for CONCACAF Nations League. Kingston, Jamaica Sheffield Wednesday winger Jamal Lowe has been called up to replace the injured Leon Bailey in Jamaica's squad for the CONCACAF Nations League assignment against Cuba and Honduras. So 2 games he will be on board, not Bailey. Lowe, 30, who has scored 2 goals in 7 appearances for the Reggae Boys, joined Shamar Nicholson, Norman Campbell, Michael Antonio Damari Gray, and Kahim Dixon in Jamaica's attack. Not bad. Jamaica will face Cuba at 7 p.m. at the National Stadium on Friday before traveling to play Honduras on Tuesday. Bailey has not represented Jamaica since November 2023 after a self-imposed break which followed a suspension from former head coach Hamer Al Grimson. He also declined a call up to the Copa America tournament in the United States this summer. The England-born Lowe has so far scored 1 goal in 4 appearances for the championship team and has represented clubs such as Portsmouth, Swansea, Wigan, Bournemouth, and Queen's Park Ranger in his career. So before I even talk about the article, I just want to say big up to Leon Bailey. Big up to our new coach in Steve McLaren in giving Leon Bailey a chance to prove himself. It is a good look to see that a player of Jamal Lowe's quality is given the opportunity to come by and represent Jamaica. Seeing that he has been in the national setup for a while, and it would be not a bad idea if somebody else was given the opportunity, but there has to be something for which the coach and his staffs have seen in a Lowe to give him that chance to come by and play for Jamaica. This guy is filled with experience, having started to play at the highest level from 2011 to now 2024 for several clubs. Such names were being mentioned before, such as Swansea, Wigan Athletics, Portsmouth, but he has also played for Bournemouth, and Bournemouth is a Premier League team. He has even represented England, but only on 1 occasion where he has scored a goal. And for Jamaica, he has played 7 times, scoring 2 goals. And to be honest, I am somewhat surprised to see such low appearances for Jamaica. On a holistic point of view, though, Jamal Lowe, throughout his career, club wise, has played about 479 times, scoring 128 times. And I just want for you to understand this, that even though he has scored such amount, you cannot judge him to say that he's not a goal scorer, because we have to take into consideration minutes and also injuries. But long and behold, he has been given a call to play for Jamaica, and we have to say it is a blessing. He can play in 3 different positions. However, his main position is to be a striker. I don't think he'll be a striker for Jamaica in the upcoming games because of Antonio and Shamar Nicholson. That is a case now. He can play the left wing or on the right wing. But seeing that Liam Bailey has been replaced by him, then he will be the man more so to take on the right wing section. And of course, he's right footed. So in that case, I am expecting more of him now to create chances, not to cut in, but to hang the touchline and create chances for a Mikel Antonio or a Shamar Nicholson, who may be the striker. There'll be competitions though, because remember, Kyle Dixon is a top class player at his age for Jamaica, who has been overseas as well, representing the nation quite well. We're seeing here that Jamal Lowe, this has to be an impactful time for him, even though right now he has made 4 appearances for his current team, 100% starting 11, which is brilliant. That shows that the coach trusts him. 83% in terms of minute, goal participation 25%. So he's getting some games underneath his belt. He's given that chance to prove himself, and he's doing that because, as I've said before, 100% starting 11. So in all games, he has represented his team in Sheffield Wednesday. So far, so good for Jamal Lowe. The fans are pleased with him, and I don't think Jamaicans would even be dissatisfied with his selection, seeing that based on the poll that I have done, Jamal Lowe is a player that Jamaican fans and maybe others would even consider as a brilliant selection for the national team. So what can we from a Jamal Lowe? Non-penalty goals, 68 percentile, non-penalty XG 78 percentile. So we can conclude by that to say that, well, there's not going to be much goals being scored on a holistic point of view. But coming up to this season thus far, he can make a difference. Down below, we're not seeing that he's a top class person in terms of passing attempt, pass completion, and progressive passes, progressive carriers, successful take ons. All of those areas are in red. Like when we say 1, 2, 3 red light, the only thing that shows a little green is the touch. You can see that he will contribute defensively surrounding clearance and aerial duels 1, but we want for his main impact though to be on the attacking side of things. So, I mean, it doesn't look so convincing though surrounding those percentiles for a Jamal Lowe, but players do come on board and restart their career or uplift their career, and we can say, well, it was actually a good time because Jamal Lowe is 30 years of age. He's not getting any younger, so he has to make this time his time to be selected. The World Cup is just a few years from now, and who don't want to be a part of the World Cup squad if Jamaica is being selected? So the big question now for Lowe. Jamal Lowe, was it wise by Steve McLaren and his team to select Lowe as Bailey's replacement? Tactically, I think it is wise to do so because if we're going to look on Bailey's past time playing for Jamaica and compare that with a Jamal Lowe, they're similar in terms of, like, let's say dribbling, but Bailey's a better dribbler. But whereas it is concerned, whereas we can look on something, let's say negative, goals, we cannot say we're replacing a goal scorer Leon Bailey for a Jamalo because they would have been on similar profile, not scoring many goals. But the thing is, Jamalo has represented Jamaica on a lesser appearance, was played about 7 games and scored more than 1 goal for the national team. It shows that if he's given more opportunity, then to say he will more so score goals because Jamal Lowe, even though he can play on either end, he's somebody who is technical as well, technically gifted. He just need to be brushed up a bit, and because he's 30 years of age now, we have to assess all of our players by way of how they can manage the different games. So it will boil down now to the management of players by the coach in a Steve McLaren, who is still new in trying to understand his players. So he replacing Leon Bailey, I think it's for a tactical reason, seeing that this guy can contribute even defensively for the national team. We saw over the years that Jamaica concede goals when it is unnecessary, whether it is from the starting point, but let's say we're leading a game, it led to a draw or it led to a loss. And we can say that for Jamal Lowe, we can expect then that he will contribute even to clear the ball from the danger zones. So a good replacement, even in the case of being a right winger as well. Yes, we would like to see Cephas on some end, but majority counts. I don't have any issue with Jamal Lowe, seeing that I think he's a type of player who we can rely on, who we can call from even the bench without any sort of frustration. It is a good thing to note that even though we're looking on other options, like say a Mason Greenwood, Jamal Lowe did not become disruptive. You take the chance and you make a difference with the chance. So, people, I am impressed to see Jamal Lowe representing Jamaica, seeing that he's also a team player. He's a disciplined type of player who can start, come from the bench, and even in that case, he will not have any issues with him. So then again, no disruption in the national team. So people, what is your say right now surrounding the selection of a Jamal Lowe? Is it really and truly a tactical stand-in for the injured Leon Bailey? That is what I think. But what do you think? It is for you to have your say now on the topic. So take care. Goodbye until we meet again.